Yeah, hi there. These comments are for S is the first letter of your username in my VoxyPop group. So congratulations, you just submitted your first independent speaking practice test for the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. So let's get to your first question. So you're talking to Nate, who is one of my workers, and I guess he scored 2 of your independent writing practice tests, right? And you wanted him to give you more details on what you need to do to get better, right? Now, typically we don't actually do that. I have about 150 subscribers each month, and it takes too much time to write really detailed comments about each essay. So unfortunately, we don't offer that service for $35 a month. All right. Anyway, though, if you look at his comments, there's a link there, and you want to click on that link so you can understand more about your score. And for example, if you get 3.5, and let me go ahead and click on the writing for just a minute. And I'll show you a little bit about how you can understand your score and use it so you can get better. Let's say that you score 3.5 on your writing. Nate gives you 3.5, right? So that means you get 22 points out of 30. Now, if you take a look at the explanation, it means that you have addressed the topic using somewhat developed explanations, examples, and details. It means you can improve a little bit in the details that you're using. Now, what it also means is, if you get 3.5, it means your essay has unity, progression, and coherence. However, sometimes it's difficult to understand the connection of your idea. So it means that you have organizational problems that you want to work on. Now, also, it means that you have some problems with sentence formation and word choice that makes your ideas and meanings clear. So you actually have some grammar problems. Also, it means you have an accurate but limited range of sentence structures and vocabulary. So that's what you do. Once you get your score, click on the link and look at the explanation that helps you understand. What you want to do is look at your essay and find these problems. If somebody else points them out, you're not going to remember them better. It's actually better that you can see, you can understand for yourself what these problems are, and then in the next practice test, you try to avoid what those problems are. Now, in addition to your explanation, based on your score of 3.5, there are also some recommended lessons that you want to study to get better. For example, vocabulary lesson 4, grammar lesson 1 and 1.1, also writing lesson number 3. So when you do get a score back, there's probably more information there than you even realize. You can understand why you received the score you did, and you even learn what lessons you want to review in order to strengthen your writing. And little by little, I've had students, and you can too, who get over 27 to 28 points on the writing section using my 7-step system. Okay, let's get to your response right now. So with the independent speaking practice test 1, it's a 2-part question. It says, describe a place you visited as a child. What is your favorite memory while visiting this place? So you didn't really answer that first part of the question. Describe the place means tell me what it looked like. Recreate the scene. Use specific vocabulary to help me see what you saw. So you didn't really do that at all. What is your favorite memory? You talked about several different things that you did while you were visiting the place, but you didn't really go into any specific detail in any one area. You talked a lot about the museum, right? But in the museum, what did you see? And what was something specific within the museum? You might say something like this, you know, while I was at that place, we visited the Natural Museum of History. And in that museum, I saw an old World War II plane from Germany. The plane was kind of a gray color. It was a fairly large plane, and we could actually get inside the cockpit to see the control panel of the plane. And I remember while I was in there, my dad came up and he put me inside the plane and he was showing me how the plane worked, and that was a favorite memory. So I think in terms of your score here, let's take a look at the rubrics. And in this video, I will put the rubrics in there so you can understand a little bit more of why you received the score you did, and you can also see what lessons you can focus on to get better. So you'll be evaluated in the TOEFL in really 4 areas, and I'm also evaluating you in those 4 areas right now. So number 1 is general description, and we're looking at your response. So your response is connected to the task, but as I said before, you are missing important information. You did not really describe the place at all. Delivery. You have decent pronunciation, but the main thing that you're having trouble with right now is your tone. You're not really varying your tone that much. You're speaking more in one tone. So you need to improve that a little bit. Your grammar and your language use, you need to show better vocabulary, and that means as you give specific details, you need to give specific names of things, specific ideas to help support your general ideas. Topic development, you didn't really answer the whole question. That causes you trouble, but you also express mostly basic ideas with limited details and support. So I think you could do better in that area as well. So in terms of what lessons you can focus on, I would recommend vocabulary lesson number 4, TOEFL pronunciation lessons 26 through 40, and really pay attention to the lessons on tone, on intonation. Also, grammar lessons 1 through 2. You should also focus on grammar lesson number 7. Focus on the writing exercises, and also speaking lesson number 2. So your score here, based on your response, I'm going to give you 2.0 or 15 points out of 30.